Howdy folks, and welcome back to Hilda. Today we're going to be watching Season 1, Episode 4, titled The Sparrow Scouts. And folks, I mentioned at the start of Episode 1 that the adjective I've heard to describe Hilda the most is cozy, comfy, words along the lines of that. And never before have I needed a show to come through in that regard more than I do right now, because the last two things I recorded made me bawl my eyes out uncontrollably. Infinity Train is wrecking me emotionally. Bluey is going to take me years to unpack the emotional damage that the sign did to me. By the time you're seeing this, there's going to be another Bluey video on the feed, which I'm sure is also going to destroy me a little bit. Oh, it's a lot. So I need Hilda to be nice, comfy, cozy here for me today. Just no emotional damage, nothing sad, nothing to make me even think about wanting to cry. That's what I need in my life right now. I did bring the coziest of teas, some more chamomile, because, hey, you know what? I'm desperate tonight. But yeah, Hilda, it's a good show. I like it a lot, and I don't have too much else to say. So let's scooch over here as I take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video. Do me a favor, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this episode, of the reaction, Hilda in general, fake spoilers, anything you want to tell me. And like I said, I don't think I have too much else to say, so a short intro today, nice, short and sweet. And let's get started with Hilda, Season 1, Episode 4, The Sparrow Scouts, starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, not starting with a song this time. That's new. Where's that paperwork my mom was supposed to sign? What's she looking for?
Ready to go to your very first Sparrow Scout meeting?
Almost.
Oh, she's already in
I
it.
hope you like the Sparrow Scouts as much as I did at your age.
I want to know what she's
What
trying
are
to
you
find.
doing?
Looking for my sweater.
You're wearing it.
No, my good sweater.
My usual sweater.
Guess I'll have to wear this one.
It looks kind of
Hey,
small
I knitted
for
you
her.
that sweater.
Oh no! Absolutely tragic. Okay, so interesting. Some episodes, I guess, are going to start with a cold open. Some are going to start with the OP. I guess you never know what you're going to get, huh? And I guess, now that I see her in the intro here, the sweater she's wearing looks about to be the same size as the brown one she's wearing. But yeah, that sucks. I knitted you that sweater. I'm looking for my good sweater. Ouch. Trying to see if I can see any hidden details in the little town. Nope. So I'm assuming we're going to get
I promise
introduced
to be
formally
trustworthy,
to those
useful,
two
and
other
helpful
kids.
to others, to be a friend to all people, animals, and spirits, to never be a snob, to be courageous, to do a good thing every day.
I can't tell if she's doing a scout thing or about
Now
to
that you've taken
deliver a
the oath,
benediction.
You may wear the sash. Frida, would you
Frida,
like to do
that
the
was her
honors?
name.
With pleasure, Raven Leader.
I was just about to say, the boy's name I remember, David.
Welcome to the Sparrow Scouts.
But Frida's name I only knew because it was in the, Sorry, it's not my good sweater.
Thanks.
Frida's name I only knew because of the credits. Oh! Is this just dodgeball? But kind of on crack? Is this just dodgeball but nobody gets out?
All right,
Just peg your friends
Sparrows,
as hard as you
circle
can.
up. Your first badge challenge of the year is the Friend of the Park badge. Earning it will require a team effort. You will be divided
You
into
sure have a
groups
lot of
three or
badges.
four.
I'm the best Sparrow Scout.
Each team will be responsible for a clean-up and beautification project in Trollberg City Park. Any volunteers
Okay.
for team leaders?
Yeah, of course.
Very good.
Anybody else
Leaders, choose
volunteering?
your teams.
I'll take Hilda.
Oh,
Thanks.
No, thank you. I need 20 points to earn my level 3 friendly and helpful badge. And you're worth at least 5.
ouch.
I am? Yep.
And just
Invite
two
new
other
to
kids,
join
that's
in a game or
20.
Activity. And to complete my team, I choose David.
Of course. The crew has assembled.
You'll really like being on Frida's team. She really knows what she's doing.
Also interesting that his eyes are just
Generally
like
kind of
black
team.
dots and everyone else has kind of the big
I've
round
lived my whole life in the wilderness.
eyes.
This plot of land at the far edge of the park and plant a garden. Listen, the sooner we do this, the sooner we get that badge.
Dang, she's like trying to
Scott's
speed
nice.
run this
Who's
badge.
up for some midnight gardening?
I admire your enthusiasm, but organisation comes first.
And daylight is also good.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna say, also the park closes at 8.
And see you both in the morning.
She's a little intense. She's not mean, at least. I'm glad that she's not initially, like, standoffish towards Hilda. I mean, we'll see how this episode goes. It could be one of those things where, like, you know, Hilda is doing her best and she's outperforming Frida, and Frida kind of starts to get jealous about how good the new girl is at it, right? You know, we could see that plot. That would be tried and true for a trope kind of thing. Or, you know, in typical Hilda fashion, they could deliver us just something completely unexpected, right?
So did you earn a lot of badges when you were a sparrow?
Oh, no.
I had the most badges in my flock by the time I moved on.
Thought she was going to say, actually, I was quite miserable. Tea is almost drinkable. I love these little shots, these little calm shots. Like, we didn't need that shot of the car just, like, driving across the road at night. But we got it, and it was lovely.
Is that a deer fox?
Oh.
Yeah, this is Twig.
I've read about them, but I've never actually seen
Aw.
one. Look at those antlers.
Okay, also glad that she's not immediately walking in being like,
Surprisingly sharp.
you live here? This is
This
weird
one used
stuff.
to be.
I'm just too on edge that she's being too nice too quickly.
Just an FYI that according to my schedule, we have 30 seconds for small talk before we need to move on.
Oh, no.
Here are some cucumber sandwiches. I made enough for everyone.
My favourite.
Cucumber sandwiches.
Thanks, Mum.
Sounds awful. I mean, I've heard them mentioned in other things, but like, I guess I never realized that they were an actual thing. I don't know what goes in. Is it literally just like cucumbers and tzatziki?
Set foot here in years.
Nobody human anyway.
I wouldn't eat it.
Huh. So this wall is supposed to keep out the trolls.
Hey, now all their eyes look like
The
David's.
countryside around the city is full of them.
It wouldn't matter if there were 100 of them on the other side of this wall.
It would only matter after the sun goes down if we were doing some midnight gardening.
Lying.
With my super detailed action plan.
We have another 30 seconds for some more small talk. Optional. Twig's helping. Good boy. Also, I dig this music too. A different vibe from the usual kind of like synth-heavy kind of stuff that we get.
Phase 1 complete.
I'm tired just watching.
Oh, these weeds are stinky. I kinda like it.
Okay.
Ugh. Let's get them to the mulching centre before it closes.
Dang, they got a plan for
Come on,
everything.
we'll finish up tomorrow. Coming.
Why is this a... It's Oscar the Grouch?
Woo! That is a special odor. Moldy onion with overtones of rotten turnip. Yeah, very
Ugh.
good. But it's all the same to the big chipper.
Gross. Also, that is not the voice I expected from that dude.
Automated conveyor belt and razor-sharp mulching teeth. It's a...
Did I mention they were
rise
razor
to the
sharp?
top And then... Pow! Straight to the big chipper's big dumper.
Can we check on
That
Steve
thing
Buscemi to
can
make sure
mulch
he's okay?
anything into 1,000 tiny pieces, and I do mean anything.
Including Steve Buscemi. Are all those weeds
Good work
stinky
today,
because they
fellow
belong to
Sparrow
Oscar the
Scouts.
Grouch
We're
over in the
right on
park?
schedule. See you tomorrow for phase 2?
Planting and beautification?
Exactly.
Prediction time. They're gonna come back the next day and like all the weeds will have grown back, right? Oh, they took a baby. I will name him Steve Buscemi. Okay, so they have a full day to realize, right? Interesting that he wasn't like, well, time to get it up there. Obviously to give stakes to the episode, I understand.
Here's a plan for today. First we...
More cucumber sandwiches.
Oh no!
All our work.
Oh, it's above ground now.
Guys.
That was like almost the exact same shot we saw in episode 1 with the elves in their house. Oh. That's a little onion man. You know, if I had, hold on. If I had a nickel for every show I reacted to in which onions were important to the plot, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Watch my Infinity Train reactions, please. I take a big old bite out of an onion in the second video. It was one of the best bits I've ever done, and it was also one of my least watched Infinity Train videos. Rip.
Did you dig up my friends?
My son?
Your friends?
Yo,
Stinky weeds.
buddy, you kind of got a
Stinky weeds?
a steak.
We're not weeds. We're Victra. We live underground. Once a year, we have to hibernate near the surface just to catch a little sunlight. But then you come along.
All right, so why is it that this is the second episode in a row that's got it's got a monster with some attitude and a Jersey New York accent? Why is this a thing? Why is this guy trying his best to sound like shoot, now I can't remember his name. Gilbert Gottfried. I know that was a terrible Gilbert Gottfried, but hey, what can you do? His is better than mine, at least. But why do all the monsters sound like they're like fresh off the F train? It's kind of funny. I kind of love it. Like, you expect all the mythological beasts to, you know, we got thrown off. We got debated by the giant in the second episode, having that big, deep, solemn, somber voice. And now we're getting all the silly little guys. I'm gonna have to title a video the same thing as the last one. I'm just a little onion man. Hey, come on.
Yank us right out of the dirt we live in. You're a bunch of hooligans.
Hilligans?
Sparrow Scouts. Friendly and helpful to all.
Hilligans, I say.
Sharing is my main extracurricular activity.
See, I even have a badge for it.
Because I care. A lot.
Yeah, well,
Care about your badges. David just not even trying to do anything, just like, don't hurt me. Hilda, that hair. Oh, right by the stake. Oh, well, you never pull out the arrow. Now he's gonna bleed out. Oh, she's just going in. Frida. Oh, it did echo a little bit.
What do we do? What do we do? Frida would know what to do.
Is that just a clove of garlic on the ground? Right next to Twig?
Stay up top and
Now this music is more what I'm used to from this show.
I'll be here.
Twig will stay with you. Whatever you do, don't let go of your end. When I come back with
I thought you
Frida,
could say whatever you
go.
do and then warn him about something about
Should
Twig.
I lower you down?
No thanks, I'd rather jump.
Frankly, I don't trust you to hold my weight.
Keep a good grip on the rope. Whoa! That's a cool rope.
Oh, it's just a rock. It's not a... Well, oh, thank you, Twig.
Good plan.
Twig, the true
You
goat.
handle the rope. I'll handle the meaningless distractions. Oh, look.
I love this little distraction theme we got going on. And I love that we're seeing, like, more stuff. Like, Hera was concerned we were going to slow down on some of the weirdo kind of stuff now that we were in the city, but looks like the city's got some secrets of its own, am I right?
Frida, where are you? Don't want to get lost myself. Frida.
Oh, don't want to get lost myself. Might as well eat. Now, who's that? Is that just another one of them? Hey, they're pretty good. What can I say? Your mom's a good cook.
looking for that other Goyle?
Where is
Goyle.
Around?
Hey!
I like this chase. The music is so good in this show. This episode especially, but like just the whole show. Oh. But Hilda, it's daytime. Also, that could pose a problem. Open holes in tunnels leading under the wall. What?
What?
The hell? Oh, they have livestock down here. What do you know? And where is Frida? We haven't seen hide nor hair of her.
Whoops.
Yo, that's... Alright, hold on. I'll pause real quick just to say, that's one of my favorite tropes in cartoons, is like the opening the door to see something just absolutely like weird and bizarre and just being like, nope. Like when Pomni was opening up all the doors in Digital Circus of the just weirdo stuff they had going on, or the rich people, the rich people village in Amphibia early in season 2, when I think it was it Hop Pop and Sprig, or was it Hop Pop and Polly? We're walking around just opening doors trying to find like something, and they just kept finding like weirdo stuff happening, and they're just like, rich people are freaking weird, dude. I just love that trope. And like a man painting a picture of a cow pig hybrid kind of thing wearing a tropical shirt and hat is not the weirdest thing, you know, still fun, and I still enjoyed it a lot. Oh, we Scooby-Dooed right into each other.
We could cut a deal.
I'm listening.
What's behind door number 1? Oh.
I'll help you find that irritating girl. You return my friends.
Mistake. It's always a mistake when I do that.
Deal. But we'll have to hurry. Your friends are scheduled for mulching.
Yeah. What'd you find? Oh. That's why we haven't seen her.
And you have all the charm of a rock-chewing slug.
I think he's fairly charming. And I love that like classic like cartoon like stretching sound effect that we're getting for this. Oh, okay, got her.
We have to hurry.
Bye, mister.
See ya.
Hey, boy.
They were strong enough to pull up the 3 of them.
Found her.
Hey, we made a deal.
A little quid pro quo, if you will.
Thank you for coming after me. That
Aw.
was really brave. It's just, this wasn't part of my action plan.
Save the Vitra from the big chipper. Come back here. Stick him in the ground.
And then find a new spot for our project.
Sure.
No,
No.
not all by yourself. David and I are coming with you.
We are?
And I'm coming too.
I will say, real quick, that I feel like that would have hit a little better if she was a little meaner up front. Yes, she was kind of controlling for the group project, Frida was, but she wasn't really, like, mean about it, right? Like, she was never, like, antagonistic towards Hilda. Yes, she was potentially using her just a little bit to get closer to her next, like, badge or whatever, because she said, you're new, you're worth more points, kind of, so to speak. But she was never, like, a mean girl, right? Like, she was never, like, for lack of a better term, just bitchy to Hilda, right? So her apologizing for everything could have hit a little harder if she was meaner up front and then had like kind of a change of heart. But here it's just kind of like, sorry my action plan got me stuck. And that, I don't know. I'm glad that she's just kind of generally a nice person, even if a little like kind of high strung about things. I'm glad that she's not mean, because it's kind of, I mentioned earlier, like, oh, that whole trope, I can see how this episode's gonna go. But I'm glad that she's not a mean person that needs to like come around, right? Like, I'm a little tired of that trope a little bit. Like, it was fine. Like, think back to the Owl House with Amity and how like kind of rough around the edges she was around Luz and everybody for like the whole most of the first season, and then started kind of warming up to everybody. But you know, I'm glad that here it's just kind of like, oh, we're friends pretty quickly. The end. She was never mean to Hilda. She never like insulted her like living area or the things she had or her interests or her mom. In fact, like her mom offered her the cucumber sandwiches and she said, ooh, my favorite. So, hey, she's always been pretty good. David needs a little bit of work though. We gotta say, but you know what? At least Twig was there to kind of, you know, hold that rope, as it were.
That's the spirit. See, we're all in this together.
Not really. I'm in it to make sure you lot don't mess it up.
Let's just go.
Yep, on foot. Wouldn't you know?
Oh, we're too
Locked.
late. It's closed for the night.
Maybe we could come back tomorrow.
But the Vitra can dig, right? Vitra tunnel. Not the baby. Oh, not multiple babies. Oh no.
Now or never. Come on.
Ooh, this song hitting too. Oh, it was the... I was like, what kind of appendage did he have to do that? But it was the badge sash. Mulcho Man? No, that mug is so good. That's my other favorite animation trope. It's just characters having really good mugs. Oh. No. Oh, ooh.
Hilda!
Good catch.
Georgie boy!
Hilda, we've got you!
Then we're coming
Hilda!
And
are you
Hilda's
okay?
dead. Bury me in the stinky dirt.
A traumatic fall for sure.
Twill take me years to unpack in therapy.
I can't believe your friend slept through all of this.
But thank you.
A deal's a deal.
Yep.
Here.
But I still hate you. After. Is the after worse than the before? Yeah. It's about the same, huh? Yeah. No
David,
badge.
Hilda, and I failed to complete the assigned badge challenge. But upon further analysis, I have concluded that as failures go, ours was pretty successful.
Aw, look at that.
We should have gotten a friend of the Vitra badge. I explained there's no such badge.
There should
She
be.
said we should invent one. But I told her, you can't just make up your own badges.
Why not? All badges are made up.
Night, little rock.
Aw, he saved it. The garlic
Like
rock.
Bertrand.
Bertrand. Oh. Maybe it was a garlic Vitra. Okay. I'm trying to see. Frida, David. Okay, so all the main... Wait, Alfred wasn't in this one, was he? He's credited here. I mean, I guess the cast is just going to be credited as is. I do not see anybody else who pops up in additional voices. And I don't know if some of these names look familiar. I don't really remember there being that many additional voices in this episode alone. So I'm wondering if the additional voices are just kind of kept the same episode to episode. I don't know. That seems like it would be a weird thing to do, but I don't think there were that many extra. I mean, I guess there was a whole group of kids that were all throwing balls at each other, hooting and hollering, right? So after episode 3 ended, there was no initial stinger to kind of keep you like, ooh, what's going to happen next for the next one? But here we easily see that rock that David found is going to hatch into something and probably cause trouble for our group. Oh boy. I like that they give little stingers of what's going to kind of be the threat for the next one. Like we saw the Thunderbird at the end of episode 2. We saw the giant. Episode 1 just kind of did end on a, okay, we'll fix this next time kind of thing. Episode 3 is really the only one that hasn't given us any kind of a forward-looking thing, which is why my intro was so short, partially. Yeah, that was a fun one. I liked it a decent little bit. The show it's weird because I'm enjoying the show, but I'm not like absolutely gushing over every episode, right? It's just a really solid, good show. Comfy, cozy, like you said, just a tiny little supernatural creature mystery in each little one. Very monster of the week so far, literally. Yeah, waiting on potentially some bigger plot stuff happening to kind of get me like really hooked in as to see what's happening next. But as far as episodic stuff goes, like I'm not someone who needs my every show I watch to be absolutely plot driven every episode, kind of, so to speak. But a little bit of an overarching story is kind of nice. Some kind of central theme to kind of like tie the show together, right? But as far as episodic stuff goes, I'm enjoying it a good bit. Thinking back to Moon Girl, that one was mostly episodic, and that was a very, very fun show to watch. I really need to watch season 2. I should probably get on that. Probably after Infinity Train. We'll see. Yeah, it's just another good, solid episode. And I know next week I'm probably getting another pretty good, solid episode. This one wasn't super, super funny. But I think what stood out to me the most that I enjoyed was the music. At several different points, I was noticing the music just really really carrying the episode and just being like really good to just kind of bop along to. The kind of almost punk rock feel stuff when they were setting up the garden initially on the first day, the more synth heavy stuff that I was talking about while they were kind of chasing each other around in the Vitra tunnels, as well as the little, like, what I call it, the distraction theme for David was kind of fun, as he was kind of like, oh look, a rock, oh look, another mindless distraction. So that was kind of fun. We didn't get, just like I wrote, we did not get confirmation that Mom actually signed the paperwork for Alpha. So I think it would be a fun running bit if she just never signed the paperwork, just never got around to it. It was always just kind of like, oh yeah, I have to do that sometime. Sorry, Alpha. Just like constantly looking the wrong way for him. I think that would be a fun little running gag, but who knows if they're actually going to keep that up. She probably has signed the paperwork. She said she would, and frankly, I trust Hilda's mom. But hey, I think that's about all I got to say here for this one. So as always, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, make sure you leave a comment on the video, like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. Now I'll catch you next time with some more Hilda. Take it easy, everybody.